Welcome back to Timeless Messages from the Ching. This is Stephen. Thanks for tuning in. So if you found this video, there's a reason for it. Your higher self, your angels, your creator, your spirit guides, your unconscious mind, your divine inner light has guided you here. And there must be some messages here to help you on your path. So I always ask the question, what are the most important or beneficial messages for the viewers at the time they find this video? What are the most beneficial and important messages for the viewers at the time they view this video? So it doesn't matter if you find the video 10 years from now or 3 months from now. The idea is that these messages are timeless, so therefore they will apply whenever you find them. So without further ado, what are the most beneficial and important messages for the viewers? Most beneficial and important messages for the viewers. Most important and beneficial messages for the viewers. Okay, 3, 6, 8. Most beneficial and important messages excuse me, for the viewers. 7. Most important and beneficial messages for the viewers. Excuse me. Most important and beneficial messages for the viewers. Most important and beneficial messages for the viewers. Okay. Most important and beneficial messages for the viewers. Well, that's simple. There's no changes here, which is always a simple hexagram. Let's find out what it is. Bottom one is sun, and the top, well, it's a double, isn't it? They're both the same, top and bottom. Okay, sun and sun, 57. 57. So if you want to just relax your eyes, take a few deep breaths, and think about whatever it is you're dealing with right now. Maybe there's a question in your mind. You're seeking for some guidance on something. So this hexagram, the gentle, it's known as the gentle. And also known as the penetrating wind. Penetrating wind. Here we go. Sun is one of the 8 double trigrams. It's the eldest daughter and symbolizes wind or wood. It has for its attribute gentleness, which, nonetheless, penetrates like the wind, or like growing wood with its roots down into the earth. The dark principle, in itself rigid and immovable, is dissolved by the penetrating light principle, to which it subordinates itself in gentleness. In nature, it is the wind that disperses the gathered clouds, leaving the sky clear and serene. In human life, it is penetrating clarity of judgment that thwarts or gets rid of all dark, hidden motives. In the life of the community, it is the powerful influence of a great personality that uncovers and breaks up those intrigues which shun the light of day. The judgment, the gentle, success through what is small. It furthers one to have somewhere to go. It furthers one to see the great person. Penetration produces gradual and inconspicuous effects. They're not obvious to the eye. It should not be affected by an act of violation or force, but by influence that never lapses, that never ceases. Results of this kind are less striking to the eye than those won by a surprise attack, but they are more enduring or lasting, and they're more complete. If a person would produce such effects, this person must have a clearly defined goal, for only when the penetrating influence works always in the same direction can the object be attained. Small strength can achieve its purpose only by subordinating itself to a prominent person who is capable of creating order. The image. Winds following one upon the other, the image of the gently penetrating. Thus the superior person spreads their commands abroad and carries out their undertakings. The penetrating quality of the wind depends upon its ceaselessness. This is what makes it so powerful. Time is its instrument. In the same way, a ruler's thought should penetrate the soul of the people, and this too requires a lasting influence, brought about by enlightenment and command. Only when the command has been assimilated and absorbed by the people is action in harmony with it possible. Action without preparation of the ground or preparation of the forces that you are wanting to have influence with, action without preparation only frightens and repels. Action without preparation only frightens and repels. So in this message, we have the idea of the gentle penetrating wind. This is the oldest daughter, symbolizing wind and wood, and its primary attribute is gentleness. Now, because it's ceaseless, it goes on and on and on, is so consistent, this wind creates a lot of significant benefit and change. It doesn't happen overnight, but because there's such a consistency in this energy of the wind, it does produce significant effects over time. And so that is one of the primary things to consider in regards to wherever you find yourself at right now. Time is your ally, and if it takes a certain amount of time to accomplish whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish, don't get discouraged, because the wind is working things out. This penetrating quality is working things out in its own time frame. And if you'll be patient and allow these things to work out on your behalf, the effects will be very substantial. They'll be very, They will be very complete and lasting. So if you want to produce effects, it's important to have your goal defined, it says. So if you have this goal defined, then this penetrating influence, as is exemplified in this particular image of the wind, can work in the same direction, and the object or the goal will be attained. So it talks about strength, small strength. So essentially, small strength uh, in dichotomy to large strength or significant strength or great strength. So it doesn't take a lot of strength. It's only a small amount of strength, yet it can achieve its purpose. So it's very interesting. And it talks about the idea of the wind being able to disperse clouds. Here too we have an image of the power of the wind. So in human life, it's the clarity within a human being that removes all dark hidden motives. So the wind, like it removes clouds from the sky and lets the sun shine through, this penetrating influence, the gentleness, this penetrating gentle influence turns within and it removes all dark hidden motives and allows the light, the inner light of the individual to shine forth. So the effects that you're looking for, it may not be as dramatic as some other methods, but oftentimes effects that are quick, that happen rapidly, do not have as complete or lasting effects over time. Whereas this particular image, this particular archetype that you find yourself being guided by, the gentle, penetrating wind, is a consistency. It's a opportunity to not use more force or more strength than is needed. In fact, small amounts of strength are significant enough to get the job done, whatever that may be. And in order to get that job done, this small strength will just continue over the course of time in this consistency, and that will win the goal or the object that the person desires, the outcome. So this is persistence. This is a very positive message about persistence, trust, patience, not using more force than is necessary in a given situation, only using that amount of strength that is necessary to accomplish what needs to be done. Given the situation, this is a good question to ask wherever you may be in your current life experience. What's the amount of strength that I need to use to accomplish this particular task or that particular task? Oftentimes we use an excessive amount of strength, or another word is an excessive amount of force, thinking that if we do so, it will have better, more significant effects. But this is oftentimes out of balance with the natural order. So the I Ching is all about balance with the natural order. Of course, the balance of feminine and masculine, or yin and yang. And we can think of strength in different levels of strength as having a balancing effect if we know how to engage in strength and perseverance and gentleness and focusing the energy in a particular way toward a particular goal. Too much strength or too little strength, both are problematic. Just the right amount of strength. So gentleness also, water is very similar to wind, a heavier element of course, but water over the course of long periods of time, as in a waterfall, will shape rock. The water that cascades down will shape that rock and make the design, or make the area cut out where the water flows. It takes time, but it can do this. And wind is similar to water. Bear this in mind when you're thinking about, oh, well, I really don't know if that's enough strength to use in this capacity. Perhaps it is. Consider that, because the wind, if it's always moving in the same direction is going to have a significant and strong effect, just like water over time can carve rock. So these are the messages for this particular reading. I hope that they've made sense to you in a unique way to help you with your personal situation where you find yourself at right now. It would be good for you to listen to this reading once again, excuse me, or a couple times perhaps, and jot down some of the notes about the gentle aspects, the penetrating aspects that always work in the same direction, and how profound and lasting these effects can be. If you'd be interested in a personal reading, the information about those is in the description box. Thanks for tuning in, and take care.